Other news, nearly 5 years after the wine country firestorm, NBC Bay Area has obtained a new review of that disaster that blames PG&E's failed fire strategy for putting that entire region at risk.
Critics say the findings make a strong case that PG&E executives let corporate bonuses, not safety, guide their decisions. Investigative reporter Jaxon Van Derbeken has the exclusive story.
The North Bay firestorm tore through 250,000 acres, destroyed hundreds of homes, and left 44 people dead. And this new 500-page report lays the blame for nearly all of those fires right at the feet of PG&E. The private analysis commissioned by the State Public Utilities Commission concludes that PG&E failed to flag any of the power lines that sparked 16 different fires as being at risk. Many of the lines were hit by tree branches, but the report found that many of those lines remained electrified after they fell on the ground, continuing to spark in dry brush. PG&E had a system set up to cut power automatically on downed lines, but essentially gave up on a pilot project because the lines were shutting down too often.
They chose reliability for some at the expense of safety for others. That's the bottom line for me.
Dario Di Cataldi is an attorney who represents 6,000 wildfire victims. He points to a section of the report that states PG&E focused its efforts on maintaining power to larger numbers of customers at the expense of fortifying power lines in rural areas where wildfires are a higher risk. In the process, PG&E executives earned bonuses for reducing the number of homes that lost power.
They knew that wildfires killed people, and yet they chose not to protect those people, but instead to keep the power on for customers in urban and suburban counties, areas, so that those people wouldn't complain that their power was shut off and the popsicles in their freezers were melting.
PG&E didn't respond directly to the new report's findings, but says it's made prudent improvements over the last 5 years, like public power shutoffs and setting equipment to shutdown mode at the first sign of trouble. The utility says it also improved weather monitoring, enhanced tree trimming efforts, and is pushing forward on efforts to harden its system and underground power lines. PG&E is committed to keeping our customers and our hometowns safe from catastrophic wildfires, and we appreciate Invista's thorough review, the company said in a statement.
PG&E needs to put public safety first.
But Nathaniel Skinner, head of safety at the consumer watchdog arm of the state PUC, says PG&E still hasn't shown it has its priorities straight.
We've had 4 years now since the Camp Fire. It's been 5 years since the North Bay fires. And that's enough time for them to figure out where to do the work and make sure that they're prioritizing it on these riskiest parts of their system.
PG&E says it will respond in full to the findings of the review. Jaxon Van Derbeken, NBC, Bay Area News.